Hello, all you foxgloves and snapdragons out there. Happy Midsummer to everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Handmade Home Shopping here on Faye Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. And before I jump into it today, I just want to say, please hit the like and subscribe and huzzah that bell if you would like to get notifications for everything that comes on the channel, which is quite a lot. So also, today's show is sponsored by Oddmall Emporium of the Weird, Pacific Northwest edition, and Oddmall is an exclusive handmade vendor craft bazaar featuring all of the dark and creepy and weird, unusual things that you don't normally see everywhere else. Usually their shows number over 100 vendors, and they are free entry for everyone. So please check them out. The website is there going in the ticker. It's oddmall.co. And now, without further ado, and my obligatory intro said, I introduce to you our very first vendor of the day today, Katie. And Katie, you are from Creepy Katie's Curiousities. Did I get that? Did I get that right?
Yeah, seems to have.
All right. Well, please, if you will, tell us, introduce yourself and your business, and tell us where you're from, what your home fairs or conventions or shows. SCA, if you're in a kingdom, give a shout out to your kingdom. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's see your stuff.
Hi, everyone watching. I'm Katie Tamura from Creepy Katie's Curiosities. I'm based out of San Diego. I've been doing jewelry manufacture for, 20 plus years. Oh, God, I'm thinking about that.
A long time. We don't
I do
count closely here in the realm of Faye. A while.
Well, I started working with my dad when I was about 9 years old, so.
Most of your life, then it must be, surely.
Yeah, about 2/3 of it. I guess I do, I participate in the local fairs. I was supposed to start vending this year, but, COVID-19 kind of wiped out all my vending operations this year, unfortunately. My main local fairs that I'm usually at, though, would be Escondido Fair in San Diego, Coronaburg, and the Renaissance Pleasure Fair Southern at Irwindale. I also do the horror scene, so I was signed up to do some of the horror cons and stuff this year, but once again, canceled. Mostly I've been doing most of my work and stuff like that I have on my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website, which I think you've got all that rolling on the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
Mostly
indeed.
what I do, I do all fabrication. I do everything from scratch, from metal work, wire work, beading, you name it, I do it. I grew up in a family of crafters, so at least I had a lot of support and help when I was learning. A lot of people, like I said, one of my big things is my miniature weapons. So let's see.
Yes, let's take a look. I'm going to turn the camera over to you so we have you in big end, and let's see some of what you've got for us today.
All right, so we've got some of our stuff here. Let's see, there we go. My lovely model here. This is one of our scythe pendants. This is completely hand fabricated. The blade is German silver. The blade is 100% hand carved cocobolo from South America. So we do a lot of imported hardwood.
Very close to the camera and rotate very slowly. Yes, look at that.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what this camera is.
It's right up here, Katie.
All right.
Don't move it.
So that one's fairly newer design. I did that one within the last 6 months.
And so this is a pendant that one would wear on a necklace.
Correct.
It's adorable.
One of my main things here is my cleavers was actually the thing that started it all. My dad first started this design for me.
Look how shiny it is.
When I started culinary school, so he made me one of these. The heart as part of the as the cutout there instead of the usual hole you see in the usual butcher's knives and cleavers. It's kind of my signature on that.
Is it also actually sharpened?
No, we've actually figured out a very clever way of doing what's called a false edge. It just looks like you could kill somebody with it. It's not actually sharp. We also have a smaller, more delicate version. This can be available both as earrings or as pendants. This is what I call my Le Petit Chop for the slightly more dainty person, lady, gentleman, or whatever in your life. These ones have been done in crystal with vintage Swarovski. So those are super fun. They're not as heavy as they look, I promise. Also, a lot of my blades on my stuff like that, because my background is chefing. Here is a classic French knife style. Now, for any kitchen enthusiast or horror movie fan, this is the ubiquitous slasher blade for everything.
And then also, look, turn it very sideways again. It's, what do we call this? Fully tanged there. Is that what that word is? Do I have the word right? Where the blade goes all the way down?
Oh, yeah. That's a full tang. These things are done. My dad is a custom knife smith and swordsmith. So what we are doing here is literally just a miniaturization of the same thing we do for our normal blades, just much, much smaller. Now, given current political climate, these are an absolute favorite of mine. We have a guillotine blade.
The guillotine blade. Oh, dear. We shall refrain from going too deeply into the political implications of that. I think everybody gets it.
Yeah, no, the same deal. These are sandwiched. They're actually fully pinned there through and through. 2 pieces of cocobolo, hand carved, hand shaved, everything there.
Those are so great. And you have a comment here from the audience. By the way, audience, if you have questions and whatnot, I am trying to keep an eye on you guys so you can ask them and I will deliver them unto the vendor or merchant you're looking at. But you did get a comment of loving cocobolo, which I love cocobolo as well. It's a beautiful hardwood.
It's a pain in the butt because it's super chippy and it's super hard, but the grain is beautiful. All right, here is one of our bearded Viking axe pendants. So you can see, I don't know if you can actually, it's got a cap on the bottom. Unfortunately, this one was still a work in progress because the bottom needs to be glued and it needs to be finished, sanded, and waxed. But beard axe style. So, for any small, tiny mayhem needs, if you need to get your chameleon to take a picture with this thing, send it to me, please.
That would be amazing. So, we're already at, believe it or not, 4:11, and so can we take a look at your online website for a couple of minutes? Do you mind if we do that? Great.
Yeah,
let me get that pulled up, and I'm being visited actually right here by a floof. So if it seems like I'm doing something strange, yes, I'm petting her. But I don't know.
Mine were banished because one of mine yells all the time, and you wouldn't have been able to hear the broadcast.
Let's see. Yes, they definitely love to come and get up here where they know that my attention is secured for some time. So here we go with your website. And I absolutely love these black earrings that you have, the black mushroom earrings. Look at you have a plague doctor necklace. These are great. I love this jewelry. This is, these things, this is for like, a planchette. That's the word. I never can remember that word, even though I have heard it many, many, many a time.
Actually, the necklace I'm wearing right now is my newest iteration of that. It's a smaller planchette and crystal balls. So that's my newer
here's
one.
An interesting comment. One of our audience viewers says they would love to have one of those mini knives or maybe the axe necklace that could double as a bottle opener.
No, the stuff is still it's still silver. I mean, I could make something in actual steel or something like that, but it wouldn't be nearly as wearable because it would have to be a bit bigger to have enough fulcrum to open a bottle.
Gotcha. Cute idea, though.
But yeah, it's a lovely idea. Just for jewelry, it's a little bit less practical.
You could actually do a modification with the chef's knife for that.
Good. But you can see there, I also do wire wrap chain style jewelry. You can see there with the medium and some of the others there. I've also, given how things have been, I also do stealth Harry Potter House Pride necklaces. Those are all listed on my website. If
Are
you
these
don't see
little
your house,
nooses that you've wire wrapped? Is that what I'm looking at right here?
it's not, well, it's not technically a wire wrap. It's a full fabrication. That started out as just flat 4 strands of silver wire. They're hand twisted, and then I wrap the knot, and then it's soldered in 3 spots at the base of the knot, the top of the knot, and where there's a jump ring at the top. Those aren't going anywhere. I hadn't been posting those as much given what's been happening with the world, but they are still available.
Fair enough. Well, so you are participating in the magic word today. I'm going to go ahead and bring it back into us, bring it in. So I know you're participating in the magic word today. The magic word, I'm sure shockingly to nobody, is midsummer, because guess what today is? It is midsummer. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time and don't already know, if you order from Katie, when you check out on her website, in the checkout comments, put the word midsummer, or otherwise contact her on Facebook or email to let her know and use the word midsummer. That way she knows that you came from our show, and also you will get a small bonus gift. And I don't know, Katie, you showed me what your bonus gift was. Do you want to show
what we've got
the
here, if I
public?
can zoom in a little bit here, it is one of my crystal ball pendants. I also make these into earrings, things. This one's, sorry, it's swaying so much. It's vintage crystal.
There you go.
And silver filigree, and then a wonderful little base. So that will be my freebie for that.
That's a cute freebie. I really like that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show this afternoon.
Well, thank you for having me. It's really great. And, keep strong, everybody out there. I know online shopping isn't as much fun as doing it at Faire or War, but,
yes.
Shinies are shinies.
Well, that's true. Shinies are shinies. All right. Have a good afternoon/evening. You're on my coast, I think. So it's still kind of afternoon for you. So
yeah, it's not quite 4:15. So yay!
All right then.
Thank you so much for having me on, Princess Lolly.
Of course. Bye-bye. All right, off to a good start. And I love that jewelry, I confess. It sounds like it would be perfect for a Samhain outfit this year. So I'm bringing in our next vendor, all new, Elindi. And Elindi, you are with the Sudsysatyr.
I am.
You are. All right. Well, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us who you are, where you're from, what your home fairs, kingdom, conventions, whatever your particular circuit is that you move in. Give a shout out and tell us about that a little bit.
All right. I'm Elindi with the Sudsysatyr. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I believe we're Kingdom of Antir. I haven't really gotten a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't gotten
That's
a chance
correct.
to participate with the SCA because COVID. Right when I was ready to start getting involved in them, because I'm not from here, we got shut down. So darn. I do the Oregon Renaissance Fair. I do the Celtic Fantasy Festival. I do Geek the Halls. Okay. I am an artisanal soap maker. I definitely gear my theme towards the geeky, medieval fantasy themed. So I do lots of medieval fantasy styles, like dragons, fairies, unicorns, mermaids. I also try to mold my scents around that. I make 2 different versions. I make a glycerin soap, which is where you start with a base that's already made, but you cut it up and you melt it. And you can either carve it or mold it or paint it how you want. And then I also do a cold process, which is where you take all the oils and everything, and you start completely from scratch with the lye and all that fun stuff. So,
well, shall I turn the camera over to you here for a minute and allow you?
Sure.
I see you've got a beautiful setup of product back there, and I love your little
Thank you.
Satyr in the bathtub that's behind you. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
A very good friend of mine designed that for me. I was like, yeah.
Well, good job to your friend. I love it.
Yeah. So,
all right, let's see what you've got.
Well, some of them, like this here, is one of my glycerin soaps. It's a unicorn.
Oh, wow. Real close, if you will, so we can get a nice big close-up there. Yes, there we go.
And it's colored with mica minerals, which if you've ever heard of Bare Minerals makeup, it's the same thing. So even though it's a really vibrant color, it won't stain you or your tub or anything like that. I also have, like mermaids.
How do you get the sculptings there on the front?
Now this
That's
starts with a
amazing.
mold. This starts with a mold, but then I go back with the mica. I mix mica with a little bit of alcohol and I hand paint all the details.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I have, let's see here, another sample. I really like these two guys. These are a couple examples of my dragons that I do. And again, it's a
those are
mold, but I
great.
hand paint it. And then here's a different
type of
kind.
paint is used on soap? What?
Well, it's called mica. It's a mineral. And it's also used in a lot, it's also like the same stuff that's in your eyeshadow. Blush has a lot in it, but it won't stain you or your tub, which is the great thing about it. So it's safe to be on the skin and all that fun stuff. And it won't I won't say it won't ever irritate, because you never know people's sensitivities and allergies. I always definitely stress that when you're getting anything you put on your body, is be aware of your own health issues and everything like that.
But pretty unlikely, since it's such a common.
And
not
I love
impossible, but unlikely.
exactly. I do try very hard to craft my stuff with the general populace in mind. You're always going to run into that weird person that oddly is like allergic to coconut oil, and you're like, well, that's in a lot of stuff. Good luck. A lot of things. I also like to do a lot of fragrances, like this really bright, vibrant bar, for example. You know the Fruit Loops cereal?
Yes.
This is scented in Fruit Loops. It smells just like the cereal.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love it.
Right? And then some of them, I either go literal with that, where it's Fruit Loops. I mean, you kind of can't really steer away from this, but this one I call Mermaid Kisses.
And what does it smell like?
It's really light. It's got a little bit of a floral to it, but not really. If you're someone that likes a little bit of nice feminine scent but doesn't want it to smack you in the face like a Yankee Candle, then this is the...
That is beautiful. It looks like it's got a little mermaid swimming in there, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for. And then I also get really fancy, and I can make soap roses.
Those are not even something you would want to use. Those are more decorative, like you would set them in a display on your bathroom counter or something. Because how could you possibly...
Well, you get two. The trick is you get two. You keep one pretty, and then you use one. And the cool thing about the soap roses is you can make them individual use. You can just break a petal off. And have a single use soap to use.
Oh, how cool is that?
And it is rose scented. So that's a cool thing. And then this is my newest one. I was so excited when this came in. This is my new mold, my Queen Bee.
Oh, wow.
For, all you Ren Fairs out there. And this one is made with honey. I have, this one actually has honey in it, which is really good for your skin. And then I do have an all natural selection. I have one that has no color, no fragrance, no nothing. If you just want it to clean, then there you go. And then I also have this. Well, it got a little dusty moving around, but this is my oatmeal milk and honey bar.
We cannot see the dust.
This is my oatmeal milk and honey bar, but this is also my local bar, as I call it, because I use goat's milk from local goats, so it's all organic. Same thing with the honey. There's a local apiary that provides me the honey, and organic oats in it. And this is really good at conditioning your skin. It's got ground oats in it, so if you want something that'll exfoliate a little bit, it's really great for like mechanics or something. If you work with a lot of oil and you want to scrub it off, but also you don't want it to take your skin off, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I have like a couple theme things, like we have the Iron Throne.
That is amazing.
Right?
And what does that even smell like?
Right? This is scented with dragon's blood. believe it or not.
That is so cool.
It's a
And
very
what a
strong
good thing to scent
incensey
it with.
smell. I'm sorry?
Yes.
I
Oh, I
use
said what a cool
fragrance.
fragrance.
Yeah, I use fragrance oils as opposed to essential oils. And the reason being is an essential oil is derived straight from the plant, and it's super, super concentrate. And again, me trying to steer clear of anyone with allergies and things like that. And a lot of essential oils out there, believe it or not, are not really safe to put on your skin, even though, you know, it's a modern trend of essential oil, essential oil, essential oil. Because of the concentration it comes in, it usually is not really safe to put on your skin, even for a healthy person, let alone someone with sensitivities.
Yeah, no,
So,
definitely. I know
mhm.
for a fact, for example, eucalyptus oil is, if you put that directly on your skin, you're asking to have your skin burned. Um,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
so
But it smells amazing,
I'm
and it, you know, I wish,
does,
yeah,
but small amounts, small amounts. I'm curious now. So before, because we're kind of coming up on time here, but
sure.
I'm. Can you show us what your personal favorite soap of all of yours is?
Of all of them in here,
Yes.
well, the Fruit Loops is definitely like the main one, but right
Which is so
after
bright
that,
and I love it.
yeah,
And
it was
also
the
Pride
bright
Month,
rainbow.
right? So it's perfect for Pride Month.
Exactly. And people love it for Pride Month. But my other close one is this one. This is called Witch's Brew.
Ooh. Oh, it's sort of like what Wicked, the Broadway.
Exactly. That's actually the color scheme I was keeping in mind when I was making it. This kind of has a little bit of citrus notes to it, a little bit of sage, a little bit of. It definitely smells like something you would think a witch would have around. So,
Right?
but it's really good. It's actually one of my better sellers. Not just for the color, but people say they like the fragrance. It's actually one of my oddball fragrances that I got. I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And the next thing I know, it took off. So,
Truly inspired. That's what
mhm.
inspiration will do for you. So now I know that you are working on your website and getting that up. So the best way for people to contact you is either directly through your email, which is going here in the ticker, and it's also in the low bar, just like everything is in the low bar
Mhm.
on every show on Facebook and YouTube. And also, though, they may find you also in the ticker on your Facebook page and contact you in order to purchase.
And Facebook right now is the easiest way. Again, I'm new to the online presence. I'm used to being in person, but you know, given the pandemic and everything, it's definitely forced me to research, and it's been a learning curve, and that's been my hardest problem. And just getting going again, because unfortunately my mother passed away in April.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
yeah, it kind of knocked. It was like as if, you know, losing all those fairs that are usually my people wasn't enough. So I'm just now finally making again and creating again, and you know, it's kind of like a rebirth, which is nice.
Well, you know, what do they say? When a door closes, a window opens, or when a window closes, a door opens. you know what I'm trying to say.
It better be a dang barn door at this rate, because I better be able to fly a plane through it. So
I actually am pretty sure that once events are back, it will be like the doors were thrown wide, and everybody will be so excited to get out and just do something.
yeah,
It will be that way. So
next year should be something amazing, because the energy that everybody's getting from the fair circuit is just, we're gonna come next year and we're gonna kick some butt. So
I know, and then think of all the things that everybody's going to have built up. Okay, well,
mhm.
I must depart and bid you adieu this
Thank
afternoon.
you.
So, yes, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Yep. Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye bye. Well, that was lovely, and you here find out she's very close to where we are. We need to get her at Fairy Blossom and Harvest festivals. We need some Sudsysatyrs. So our next vendor here is Trish. Trish, I'm bringing her in. And
Hi,
Trish,
good morrow.
hi. Good morrow. How are you, my lady?
I'm doing fair. How are you?
Most well, I assure you. I'm actually quite pleased that it has not really rained in almost 2 days here in the Kingdom of Storms, so which is amazing, but it is making for a beautiful midsummer day. So
We have managed to avoid the triple digits for the most part, which is really good here.
well, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us where you're from and what your home fairs, kingdoms, normal circuit is. Let's hear all about you.
Well, I'm Trish with Elder and Oak. I actually merchant through the SCA, so I'm part of Winter Mist of the Kingdom of Kaid, which is Southern California and part of Nevada as well as Hawaii.
Shout out to your people.
Hi, everybody.
All right. And so what is it that you bring to show and share with us today? Tell us of your wares.
Oh, I have all kinds of goodies. I have incense. Don't have any sitting around with me right now, but they are on the website. I recently spent good 2 days building that website, so it was pretty fun. It was a great adventure for me. But we have one of our more popular things. I actually do have a few with me. I do these really cool little dragon eyes, and they actually kind of watch you when you're moving around. So
is that a pendant like one might wear on a necklace?
It is. It is.
That is amazing. It's beautiful.
And I do quite a bit of wire wrapping. That's one of my new favorite things that I've been doing a lot of. And I actually have a friend here in town. That's one of my hairs.
Your hair is very long, it looks like.
I actually have a friend of mine here in town, and she does some of the stonework for me. So this one's actually hand cut, and I did the wire wrapping on it.
Awesome. I have a friend who is a rock hound.
Oh, they're the best. They find all the pretty shiny things, and then I get to wrap them, and it's so much fun.
I agree. She has always piles and piles of beautiful stones that she's tumbled herself and found herself and done all the things. What else have you there then? Let's see.
Well, this one is actually from a recent commission that's getting ready to head out to its new home.
Wow, is it a handmade plushie?
It is. It's with felt. This one, not sure how well the camera's picking up, but this one actually glitters. Actually,
yes, real slow. Turn it real slow. Yep, the camera has to. Yeah, you can definitely see that. Black glittering. It sort of looks like a galaxy unicorn, to be honest.
Well, the person who ordered it is actually a fan of Van Gogh.
Starry Night.
I kind of went with a kind of a Starry Night with the colors and the mane and tail. So I had a lot of fun. This one actually has an obsidian piece in it just for her.
Oh, that is amazing.
And they're a lot of fun. I don't have any of the unicorns on the website because they literally sell as fast as I can make them. But I do have quite a few of these little guys floating around there.
Is it a dragon?
It is a dragon. It is a little dragon. And these guys fly off my website pretty quickly too.
Just about anywhere too.
Yeah, they really do. I have some that I make that are quite a bit smaller, so it would sit about this tall. And those little guys make the perfect little desktop pin cushions. I've seen them use as pin cushions quite a bit.
That is a pretty good and clever use of the little plushies.
Oh yeah. And they're just so much fun. The kids just adore them too.
So, shall we pull up your website here and see what you have? See what you have going on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. Going to do it. It takes me just a second to push all of the buttons and get it there, but ta-da! Ooh, wow! Oh, that's that stone you were just showing us, and you could really see. I like your little flash thing that we've got going on here. Scrolling through your products, goddess pendant earrings, hand-bound leather book. It looks like there's your dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Which shall we look at? Now that we're here, we've jewelry, hair accessories, sage, incense, salts, gifts, stones and crystals, books, backpacks and bags, tapestries and candles. Which one do you want to tell us about? And I will go to the page.
Well, the jewelry page actually is the one that has the most on it right now. And that one's a pretty fun one. That picture that's popping up on the website right now is actually with those roses. Those are an example of the hair sticks that I make.
Oh, this is, oh, here we go. Oh, wow.
There they are.
I love
There's more of the
this.
dragon eyes.
I know it. Those are super cool. It's like a winter ice dragon and forest. I don't know what this green guy is yet. These are really beautiful. I like this one with the stone in it.
That's actually a moonstone that's in that one.
Let's see. How does, oh, quick view. What happens if I press that? There we go. Yes, that's quite beautiful. And so how do you tell me a little bit about the sculpting of these things? What are your materials, or do you
those are
paint
done,
them?
they're done with polymer clay. I do not paint them. So any coloring that you see on any of those pieces that are polymer clay, that's all individual bits of clay that have been stuck on there for those colors.
And I see we have some pendants here that have all the different astrological signs.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's see what's on mine. Passionate. Ooh, this is a cool snaky necklace. I took a picture of a snake, not unlike this, a real snake. I was out with Count Morbid. I don't want to like sidetrack off the show too much, but we were at some weird roadside animal museum where they had like a double-headed turtle and an albino alligator, but there was this awesome green snake on a thing, and it was green, this color of green, and it was big and long, and it was sort of draped over the branch in the shape, and I'm like, this is a great Slytherin necklace. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, these are pretty. Sodalite.
Mm-hmm.
These are beautiful. You have great work. I love it. And all of your cool trees of life.
Mm-hmm.
They're wonderful. So now, are you participating in the magic word today?
Absolutely, I can do that. Yes.
Okay. Well, because I know we're kind of coming up here on time a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So the magic word meaning is midsummer. So should you order from Elder and Oak within the next, yes, Elder and Oak. I almost got it backwards. I do that sometimes. Should you order from Elder and Oak here within the next week, put the word midsummer in your checkout comments, and you will get a surprise little bonus gift with your purchase.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Yes, and I believe you can find her on all of the things listed below. Facebook and her website and everything else. So please go and check her out. And I guess with that, we're kind of at the end of our time here a little bit. So is there anything you'd like to say before we let you go today?
Well, I do thank you very much, my lady, for having me on the show today. It was exciting and fun. And actually the first time I've actually gotten to do something like this. It's kind of cool. So I really do appreciate your time today.
No, absolutely. Thank you for coming on the show. All right. Have a good afternoon. Yes, we will. And
Bye.
many, many sales to you. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, we are just kind of cruising right along today. So we have our next vendor down here in the stream, and I will pull her in right now. Hello, Allison. Look at you. You're adorable. Yes, so Allison, you are with the Seattle Scrunchie Company. Boy, that's kind of a weird thing from my mouth. Seattle Scrunchie Company. Got it. I said it right, right?
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay. Well, please, by all means, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business and where it is that you vend, conventions, fairs, festivals, whatever your normal circuit is, or if you're just online. Tell us and go.
So my name's Allison. I actually just started this business last December. So I haven't been able to do much in terms of in-person sales. I did the back bar flea market at the Crocodile last March, like just before everything went down. So we've been mostly online right now. But yeah, we are out here. We have tons of stuff. And
Well, by all means, tell us about what you have there. Let's see it.
yeah, so I mainly do scrunchies, but I've been starting to work on headbands lately. This is one of our headbands here, is the gray twist headband. And we have a couple collections I put on here. These are all of our satins that are really pretty and all the velour that I do. And yeah,
Did you say velour?
Yes.
What is a velour?
It is like, it's a velvety material, really soft, really pretty, very almost iridescent. It's just beautiful.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are our swim scrunchies. So they're made out of a nylon spandex, which is the same swimsuit material. So these are really awesome for going in the pool. And I just really love these. These are really special for the summer.
And that is great because I used to be a swimmer, and boy, with very long hair and rubber bands, can your hair get tangled. And so that is a wonderful way to help it not get tangled. I never had anything like that.
Yeah, these are brand
Way
new.
back when I was a youngling, we didn't have fancy scrunchies to keep our long fairy hair from tangling. We just had to swim like mermaids.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I've just got a whole bunch. The ones in my hair right now are mini sizes that I really enjoy. So they're just a little bit smaller, like for younger kids or for things like this where you don't want to wrap it around a couple times. Just a fun little thing. I also do extra larges.
Can you hold a small and a large one up next to each other so we can maybe see a size comparison?
Yeah, so here is one of our minis. This is a mocha satin mini, and they're just real small, and then the ones in my hair are just like that. And an extra large is, this is the canary yellow, extra large. It can stretch pretty darn wide.
Yeah.
Comparison between those two. I made these for people with natural hair in mind, just so it can stretch a little farther. But I haven't been around any babies lately, but I do have a feeling this would be a really cute baby headband.
Oh yeah. I was thinking for all of those Merida curly redheads out there that have hair that just is so thick that when they pile it up, I don't even know how they get it to stay on. Magic.
For real. Yeah, so most things come in extra large. Minis are also mostly available in most of the colors. But yeah, I just have a really wide variety. I make a lot out
Shall
of
we take a
Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry, go ahead. Nope, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Repurposed or secondhand fabrics, just to kind of keep it sustainable and recyclable. Yeah.
So shall we take a look at your Etsy store?
Yes, of course. I'll come and sit in the front.
All right. I am going to pull that up here. And I love hair scrunchies. I use them every day. I can't even think of a day in decades that I have not used a hair scrunchie. So here we are. Oh, and I can see this headband now really close up here.
Yes,
looking at it.
Released on Friday.
That is super cute. It might actually stay on my head. I'm one of those people that has a funky shaped head, and so I have trouble with headbands staying on.
Yeah.
And these are
They're
beautiful.
Thank you.
And I like how you have all the little themes, like watermelon, good for summer, cows, which we all know are actually aliens in disguise.
Indeed.
Ooh, Now, is this the? Oh, this is satin. I was like, this beautiful, shimmery looking one.
That's one of my favorites. The Twilight Satin is just gorgeous.
It's very fancy. Now, this one over here that I'm looking at, is this one of the velour ones, or is it velvet, or?
That is the velour one. That's the mini version of the rose quartz.
And I like the Pride scrunchie.
Yes, thank you. We are almost sold out of those, but I did get some more fabric, and we will do a restock of those probably this week.
Well, and even 5 people have this in their cart. So
Oh, wow.
if you want the Pride scrunchie, you better rush out there because
Yes,
there are
yes.
5 people that are just
Oh my goodness.
they've got the trigger mouse finger for the buying, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah, there'll
push
be
the buy
more.
button, push the buy.
Yeah, I love the Pride scrunchies. 40% of the proceeds from those are actually going to Lambert House, which is an LGBT youth organization here in Seattle. And yeah, it's just something that I'm really passionate about.
That is awesome. Well, good on you. I love these. These are great.
Yeah, thank
you
you.
might see something of me here. I have so many, and I lose them all the time too. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
So I would probably buy super fancy ones, and knowing me, and then lose it in a day.
Oh my goodness.
Razzle dazzle. Oh, I like
Yes.
this pastel pink satin scrunchie.
Yes,
Very
those are
pretty.
one of my favorites.
Ooh, I love this toadstool. I mean, it says be mine. Oh wait, are those hearts?
Yes, they are hearts. They can be toadstools if you like.
I thought for a second like it was an Amanita scrunchie. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So now, are you participating in the magic word today?
Yes,
I don't know. You, woohoo! Yay! Yes. So for those of you watching at home, the magic word is midsummer, and what that means is that if you purchase from the Seattle, no, sorry, see, I did that's right? Seattle Scrunchie Company, Handmade Scrunchie Company. Gosh, you said Seattle, and now then I couldn't get it out of my head. So
Yeah.
Seattle Scrunchie Company. And it's so hard for me to say that, but at least I'm doing it right and not tripping over my words right now. So if you purchase from Seattle Scrunchie Company this week and you use the word midsummer in your checkout comments on Etsy, then Allison will include a special little bonus surprise gift for you. I don't know. It's a surprise unless you want to tell us what it is if you already have something in mind. But if not, then we can leave it as a surprise for those who buy.
I'll keep it as a surprise for now.
Yeah, I like the surprise myself. So, yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Allison, with your
Thank you
super.
for
And I
having
like
me.
your little buns too.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye.
Holy smokes! This hour is flying by, you guys, and we've had such great stuff this afternoon. This afternoon, I feel my coin purse shrinking already as we go. So our next vendor is the Unseelie Woman, Taylor Morris. Taylor, do I see you down there? Yes, I do. I'm bringing you in. Lady. Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I have feedback.
Oh, that was me earlier. I logged in on my time zone instead of yours.
No, I mean, when I talk, I can hear myself through your computer or phone. Are you watching the show on a? Do you have to push the mute? If you have YouTube open and you're watching it, you have to put mute on YouTube.
I don't think I am. No. That's weird.
Well, then I have an idea to remedy this, which is I'm going to simply turn the camera over to you for 10 minutes and speak as little as possible.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Weird things happen all the time. Here we go. There you are. Please tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and all about yourself and your business and what's your stuff.
My name is Taylor. I own an Etsy business called the Unseelie Woman. I make fairy wings and jewelry, but mostly jewelry. I don't have any fairy wings right now except for one pair because I recently just sold them all. So I'm definitely making more for you guys. My first pair or design that I make are these really pretty color shifty ones. Let me back up here a little bit. Sorry, guys. They are they color shift. You can bend them, you know, to however you need them to be. They're really pretty. Another style I do is this style right here with the little curly cues. I don't know if y'all can see those. I do this style, and they color shift too, and they go down the back of a corset or a bodice, or you know, whatever you have, and you just slide them in there. And I'm going to be bringing out this style, very mermaidy, kind of more water fairy style, and they're really small. But they're perfect for if you're going to like a Renaissance festival and there's a lot of people, or the shops are really close together. You don't have to worry about people running into your wings.
Indoors.
And on to the jewelry. I make pieces like this. Let me get a little closer. Bone jewelry pieces.
Can I just real quick? When you show these to us, can you hold your hand up behind what you're showing so the camera can? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, like that. And I locally source them. I don't harm animals to get them. There's woods near my house, and I just go in there every so often, and I just make.
What kind of stones do we have there? They're beautiful.
They are kind of, I call them oil slick stones. I don't actually know what they're called, but I know that they're oxidized.
Is it hematite?
Maybe, but they've got that like that
I
sheen on them, kind of like what you have, like an oil slick, you know.
I have no clue what those would be called.
And then we've got obsidian. Sorry, I know I'm moving it. We've got obsidian on the spikes here. I guess you call them spikes. They're really shiny, really smooth. And then this is actually a coyote vertebrae on here. So, like I said, all natural, clean, you know, natural pieces.
That's cool.
And I have some raccoon vertebrae earrings.
Oh, those are awesome.
You know, I'm just having a hard time centering here. But they're actually really light. They look, you know, they're pretty. They look like they would be really heavy, but they're really not. They're surprisingly light.
I like how you made them so that they hang front.
Yeah, I had a hard time deciding on that design, and I was like, how do I do this so I can maximize the look, so to speak? But they turned out really awesome and absolutely the way I wanted them to for somebody to enjoy. Then another thing I do, this one's going to be kind of small to show. I do polymer clay work.
Ooh.
It's kind of like yes, including all the little moss, the eyes.
That's adorable. Is it a three-eyed cat? Three eyes? Or is it
yeah.
Is there a mythological name for a three-eyed cat?
I don't know. I just thought it was really cool, and I was like, well, I'm gonna do it. It's got those little tiny moss details. I don't know if camera's focusing enough to be able to see them.
Well, if we take a look at your website, I know we can definitely see it there because I kind of picked with that. Do you have one that you'd like to show us?
You can go on my Etsy website.
Okay.
I don't know if that's you that does it or if it's me. I've never done this before.
It's me. Okay, here we have it. And so here's the cat right here.
Yes.
And then all of these, can you tell me about these pendants, the clover flower choker?
Those are made out of UV resin. They cure in the sun, or with a UV lamp if you should have one. I prefer to do things naturally. And most of them are made out of resin. The brown one actually smells like coffee beans because it has coffee beans in it.
And that carried all the way over. Let's see. Tell me about some of these. Let's pick one out and tell me about it. Little birdie necklace. Let's do that one.
The birdie one?
Yes.
That one is just a piece I put together. That one isn't resin. I just found the pendant and I was like, that's so cute. And I love cute little birds, like when you see cute little sparrows on the road or on the side of the road or, whatever, and they're just hopping along. And I kind of wanted to capture those colors in a necklace. So
I'm gonna embiggen it so we can see it a little closer.
Okay.
And did you do the beading on this necklace then?
Yes, I did it all myself. The only thing I didn't make was the pendant.
It sort of looks like freshwater pearl.
They're faux pearl.
I really like the color. It's almost like a stamp size.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
This is a cool necklace. I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to look at one more here before we're running a little bit behind time, but I want to look at one more and have you'll tell me about it.
Okay.
It's the fairy dust choker.
Yes, that one's one of my favorites.
So now, how have you made the biz inside of it, or?
I take the fairy dust, and I layer it with the resin and then mix it all together. And I have pink in there, white, iridescent, silver. I have little tiny iridescent flakes in there too, and the little tiny bigger silver pieces. And it's on a little pink velvet choker. It's a very light pink. Lighter than a baby pink, I think, which I didn't know was possible. And it's got a little tiny faux pearl, and it's perfect for a wedding gown or, day in spring, whenever you want to wear it.
Just whenever you need some magic.
Exactly.
All right. Well, is there anything you'd like to show us before we learn from one another today?
No, everything's on my website. I am having a 50% off sale for the month of June.
And you're also participating in the magic word. Yes? I thought I saw that. No, you did not. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I saw that. So I did not mean to. But you do have a 30% off sale going on your website, and that is excellent. All right, all that information has been in the picture. It's also in the low bar for all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and happy shopping to everybody, and many sales to you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Whew. That was the Unseelie Woman. She had some really amazing, naturally collected bone jewelry that was fantastic. Coyotes, and I think she said the raccoon earrings. I think I liked the raccoon earrings the best. But so this brings us to our last vendor of the day, and I see you down there, Marie. I think I'm saying that right. Is it Marie?
It's Maria.
Oh, okay, Maria. I'm sorry, and it's bonjour à la Pharmacie d'invention. Have I said that correct?
Perfect. Bon. Très bien. Très bien.
Well, I don't know. I think you're flattering me at this point. I'm not sure it was très bien, but you know, it was passable. It was intelligible. All right. Well,
Very good.
welcome to the show, and please introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us who you are and what you do, and then I will turn the camera over to you, and you can show us what you've brought to show and tell us today.
Sure. Thank you for adding me to your video today. My name is Maria Howard, and I'm with my husband, Brian Howard, who's also known as Brune. And he does
Brune, like the famous Ren Fair Brune?
Yes, this is the famous Ren Fair Brune.
Are you kidding me? I know who you are. I mean, you probably have no idea. I mean, I guess now you know who I am. I've never actually seen your show, but
You're not missing anything.
Adam the Body Juggler. Do you know who that is?
I do.
Yes, he is a friend of mine, and he has spoken highly of you in the past at fairs that we have worked at together. So, small world. Wow, so exciting.
Yeah.
All right, well, back to your lovely lady.
So we have a new shop called La Pharmacie d'Invention, or La Pharmacie d'Invention, or La Pharmacie d'Invention, whatever. Doesn't matter.
However you want to say it, we're fine with it.
Or La Pharmacie, I don't know how you would do it. But
La Pharmacie d'Invention.
It's La Pharmacie. Yeah.
Completely acceptable. So we started that last summer, and we had a great run of fair at the SoCal Renaissance Pleasure Fair. And we have 2 other booths at that fair, but we did not have a retail booth. And we wanted to put something together where people could come in and feel welcome and create body care, skin care, cosmetics with a person who was very knowledgeable about essential oils and minerals and the different ways that essential oils help the body, and whatever your particular issue is or ailment with your skin, we could make something there on the spot with you.
So this is big, new and interesting in that you actually do the whole chemistry of the thing with the people there on the spot to build for them something that is just custom. That is very, very cool. What a wonderful idea.
We have the different ingredients out, the different textures. Let's say you're going to make a scrub. So we have a station, a texture and scent station where you can feel the different scrub material. So if you wanted something that was more abrasive or less abrasive, if you wanted something, you weren't sure which essential oil, we had them there for you to touch and smell. We wanted people to have a hands-on experience.
That's amazing. So I'm going to turn the camera over to you then and let you get to showing us what you've got. And it is 5 o'clock. I am okay with running over in order to give you the time to do your stuff. Are you okay with that before I?
Totally fine.
Okay, then yes, I have nowhere to be except dinner in a while. So I shall give you the camera and off to you.
Okay, so
oh wow, look at your pharmacy behind you.
We are in the pharmacy right now, and on the website in the schedule section, you can actually see a little picture of our shed, the she shed, which I've nicknamed the tree house. And
I like
we created this last year because we knew from the sales that we had at the fair, because we had written down recipes from folks who came into our little shop, that we were going to need to make this obviously for online orders. So the things I want to show you are some of the things that we have on our Etsy page, which is where I do all of my sales. So let's just say one thing that I have is let's see if I can show this.
Oh, might I say, when showing things to the camera, close and then rotate very, very slowly, because most of the cameras have to have time to sort of focus and render. So
let's just see the product inside.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So this is a solid lotion bar, and it's in a reusable tin. Okay, so this is something that you can pop out. You can just rub and it will melt with the heat of your hand. Pop it right back into the tin and put it in your purse.
So it's like having lotion with you, and you can go in and out of airplanes and stuff and not have to worry about if it's in your carry-on.
Yes.
Or if it comes undone and then squirts all over the place. I've had that happen before. If it pops open or something, especially high altitudes.
Yeah. And you can hand this to kids because it's not going to spill all over the place. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is that I tried to use packaging that is reusable. So once you're done with that lotion, you can purchase a refill.
Oh, just keep the can, and that's great.
Keep the can. Also, one of the things that I just came out for Father's Day, and I'll just show you the container and I'll read to you what's on it. This is my grown-ass lemongrass shampooed body wash. So this is obviously it's a beautiful lemongrass blend, but what I use here is a Malibu container, which can be reused. So once you purchase this, it's the perfect size. This is only 3 ounces. This is also the perfect size for traveling. You can purchase a refill for less.
So real quick, if I may, what does that mean, Malibu container? Is that the style where what does that mean?
It's the style of container. So if somebody was to purchase, if you wanted to search Google for Malibu containers, it would show something like this, a plastic, clear plastic, and then the flip cap.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Okay, the other thing that I also came out with was, this is called our Good Funk Natural Vegetable Deodorant.
Ah.
And it's in a paperboard container, so you have to push it from the bottom.
Okay.
So
very environmentally friendly.
Yes. So they come in 4 different fragrances, but someone commented and sent me a question asking for a bay rum. So I made a customized one for him.
Oh, so you can, if somebody wanted something in custom, then you could do that.
Yes,
which is
because
sort of cool, because then you have the matching, essential oil, say hand lotion. You have the whole set.
So you could have lemongrass. You could have a lemongrass deodorant. You could have a lemongrass shampoo.
Everything on the shop can be tweaked to your exact needs.
Right.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Or no fragrance at all, which is
a lot of people want these days.
Yeah.
And we have a good time with our naming. Like that's why we called our deodorant Good Funk and spelled it with a PH. We're always trying to have fun with our names.
PH. That's funny.
Grown ass lemongrass man is like an inside joke in our family, and we just thought people know that we're kind of trying to be irreverent and silly. Just kind of, I'm involved obviously, so things are going to get a little silly here.
Yeah. Of course.
We're not ever going to put out a product that's called deodorant.
You making people laugh? What?
I know. I should get a job doing that.
Yeah. Play to your strengths.
So a few other things I want to show just really quickly is we have a lot of different serums. This one is our Serum de Soie, which in French means silk serum. And it is a wonderful serum for your hair. And you can get this customized.
I use those. I mean, literally with every bath, I use those for my hair. It's like it's not really like a leave-in conditioner. It's much lighter than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to keep it from tangling after. Oh, and I can get those in a fragrance that I like.
Yes. So I would say that the fragrance that I have, it's a pretty unisex fragrance. I try to make everything not geared more towards a woman or not geared more towards a man or even in between. I want it all to be used by everyone.
Gender neutral.
Yeah, gender neutral. So the other thing that we have that we did not see other folks doing was creating custom lipstick.
Oh.
So in our shop, sorry, that's upside down.
And I like your little packaging.
Yeah, so this is bamboo, and this is also bamboo. So I wanted something that wasn't so plastic.
Yeah, I like that. Let's
Something
see
that
it.
would go,
Open it up.
yeah, something that could go back to the earth. So if you came to our shop during last summer, you could come in, make a little appointment, and you would sit down with one of our
Mixologists. We never
well,
named them.
the pharmacist,
The pharmacist.
and you could make your own custom color.
So a color that you want that you can't find in any store, or maybe you did find it, but it was way too expensive. You just describe it to us, and one of our folks sits down with you across a table, and through this really magical process makes custom lipsticks. Every now and then, Maria does a live stream similar to what you're doing here. She'll just make a custom lipstick, lip color for a person that ordered it, and they want to watch it happen live.
Yep,
it's a lot of fun.
So you have a YouTube channel?
No, I do Facebook Live.
Just Facebook Live.
Oh, Facebook Live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I've got your Facebook page going here in the bottom. Yes, I do, right there. La Pharmacie d'Invention. Yes.
Yeah.
So all one word on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that is awesome. What else? Do you have other things to show us?
The other thing that I have here is a evening tea serum. This is a combination of 3 different nourishing oils, and of course we created a signature fragrance when we were doing the show last year called Evening Tea, which is reminiscent of Earl Grey. It also is a unisex fragrance. It's not floral, it's not cloying, it's a very fresh, nice, clean smell. So this is great for your skin in the morning. It can also be used for your hair. Really, the hair serum, either one can be used for your skin as well as your hair.
You have a Sophie Vanier, a person watching the show with us here today, who says you make lovely things and they love their custom lipsticks from you. So I thought I'd pass the compliment on from the audience.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You had that thing there in your hand. And
that's fine. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about the lipsticks is I also do dupes. So and there is a listing on my Etsy page for discontinued lipsticks. Let's say Clinique used to make a lipstick and you can't get it anymore because they've discontinued that color. If the person has a little swatch that they can mail to me, or we can take a look at a picture and I can grab a color online, I can make a dupe of that duplicate of that lipstick.
If I can find the one I have that is almost gone, that is no longer made by MAC, I am contacting you.
Exactly. This is a color that I made, and it was a Clinique. It was a Clinique color. This is in a butter base, which is a balm base. So it's like a lip balm. It looks dark, but it does not go on dark. This one is my own, so I'll use it. It's sort of a Your Lips but better.
Kind
red.
of a lovely tint.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So it has so this tinted lip balm, they don't make this particular color by Clinique, so I duped it, and I think I got to about 98% match.
How do you measure that?
So let me see if I oh, okay. So let's say I have a little bit of that lipstick. Then I will put it down on a card. I'll put a piece of tape over the top, and then I can use this little device, which is called a Color Muse. And it will take a picture of that color and it will turn it into a RGB or CYMK.
Oh, and then you get the color code.
Right, then I get the color code. So then I start mixing my own color. And as I'm mixing the color, I keep checking it with this. Am I getting close? Am I getting too far, too low? You know, which way do I need to go? So this will guide me in that process.
That is a magical device you have in your hands.
If it's just a photograph, then we agree on the photograph to use. I make a sample using that photograph, and then I send it to the customer, because obviously everybody's monitors are different. My monitor is different and it looks different. So yes. I will send them I'll send them a sample.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And you're right about the monitors. That is for sure. You know, let no Faye ever ding that human technology magic. Technomancers. Never.
Can I tell you about one more thing?
You can.
Okay, just one last thing. It's not a skin or hair care product, but when this whole thing started of quarantine and staying at home, folks in the Renaissance Fair world, in the Fae world, and all these lovely magical costume festival worlds, we thought it'd be nice to kind of honor that and show your support for it. So we had one of these bone pins made. There we go.
It looks like we've got reflections. So, yeah, there you go. Close. Got it.
There we go. Virtual Fair 2020 supporter, and the idea there was it's just a thing for me we could sell ourselves, but also we wanted to help the community as well. So these are for sale also at our shop. As I said, they're not makeup or anything, and you can only get them from us, and a portion of the proceeds goes to the Rescue Foundation. Rescue Foundation, as you may know, is a lovely charity that helps folks that work in the Renaissance Fair and themed character industry through times of trouble due to health crisis. So a portion of every pin sale goes to the Rescue Foundation. You can get those at the shop too.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to bring it back here to both of us. So then yeah, there we go. I'm like, whoop. That's what happens when we do that. Split screen. Oh dear. She's like, whoop. I see a very comical. I almost imagine the cane.
Yeah, right. Get out of here.
Well, thank you so much. It is. That's right. If he wants to come on the show, he is definitely welcome. We will put entertainers on the show, and actually, you get your entire. Since we can have virtual tips here on our channel, we just pass all of our hat tips straight over to you. So if you're interested, love to have you. And then he can be on it all he wants, and you can come be the cane. So yes, is there anything else you would like to show us today before we let you go and bid adieu?
So I am participating in your magic word, Midsummer.
Yes.
So if we have folks that place an order on the Etsy site, just send me a comment in the personalization box or send me a note, and then you will get 3 samples. You're going to get a sample of the Serum de Soie, which is the hair serum. You're going to get a sample of our Cosmic Rays scrub, facial scrub, and you're also going to get a sample of the Evening Tea, which is the facial serum that I showed.
That was the Earl Grey. Oh, yes, one more thing.
You can also request a sample of our lipsticks. This is how I usually send out samples of lipsticks. And when I send them, I charge $1.50, but that $1.50 is credited towards a full tube of lipstick. So I send so I send them a little clamshell with a little makeup wand.
Applicator, yes.
So they can choose one of those if they'd like. They can have a lipstick sample.
Oh, that is a good idea.
You got to try it on before, because you don't know the colors.
Well, there's so many things. I mean, just as somebody who does it, but there's so many things that just go into lipstick, and it is so much personal preference, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, so that it's actually quite cool that you offer that the ability to sample it so real. How do I want to say tangibly, I guess is what maybe the word I'm looking for. Not just a color or whatever. They can actually try to put it on, see what it smells like, feels like, all of the things that go into making your lipstick your lipstick.
Right, because I wanted to give people the same experience online virtually that they would get in the shop. And I thought one way to get people interested in and trying these lipsticks is to credit them. Here's the lipsticks.
Yeah.
Please try them on your lips. Use them, for a couple of days. Sleep on it. Wear them during the day, during the evening. Lipsticks look different on different people's lips, so they have a chance to feel the texture, and then we can have that one-on-one consultation that we can't right now.
Right. Can I ask a quick question regarding the credit process? How does that work if somebody is to go ahead and request the sample, then they get that credit? How do they ensure that they get that credit on their purchase after the fact?
Sure. So it is just myself and Brian. That's the company. Sometimes my daughter is here fulfilling some orders, but it is just us. So when there is an order placed, I fill the order, and when they receive the sample, it will say, please let me know when you place your order for a full tube. And it will also give them the different variations that they can choose. When they're ready to place that order, I will send them a credit with the number of samples that they purchased.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that makes perfect sense. So thank you so much for being
You're
on the
welcome.
show today. Wow, your stuff is amazing, and
Thank you.
I'm kind of glad you went last because there was so much to show, and we were able to just sort of go over the time limit there. So I guess one of the things I find so cool about it is that I've never seen some of this stuff done in the handmade. I've never seen any of these serums done in the handmade fashion. We see a lot of perfume oils and whatnot, but you've got some really unique products, and so I commend you on that.
The shop looks a lot like this when I brought it to the fair. You see all of the different oils, you see all of the different things that can be put into it, and you can basically go, that, and you have somebody who's an herbalist that can help you. So
I would need a whole day.
It's very immersive. It's very fun, and actually, the guys love it. The guys loved even the lipstick because the whole process of putting it into the mold, they were just like, wow, what is this you're doing? And they just thought it was so neat. And it was great to provide to customers. It was something that they hadn't seen.
Next year, gonna be booming.
That's right.
All right, my lovely lady. I shall bid
Thank
you a good evening then, and enjoy. You guys, are you guys here on the left coast as well? You said Southern California, right?
Yes, we are in Los Angeles.
Yep. So then dinner is probably waiting for you, just like it is for me here pretty soon. So yes. So have a good night, and we shall hopefully, yes, many sales to you. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on the show. I hope you loved all of our vendors. I know we ran a little bit over, but I think it was 100% worth it. So all of the links for our vendors, of course, are in the low bar. They've been going in the ticker. And, just as a little reminder, today's show was sponsored by Oddmall Emporium of the Weird Pacific Northwest. So go ahead and check that out if you're a vendor. It's a great show to do. And I guess I will say happy midsummer to everybody. Today is Sunday, so we should be back here Tuesday actually for Spill the Tea and have an all new Uplift Award. I know there definitely is some gossip from the realm because there was a Hedge gathering on Saturday last night. So I'm sure that there has been something come from that, and we'll get to talk about it. And then, of course, we have Wednesday, Fay News Network, and then rolling into the rest of the week. So goodbye, everybody, and enjoy your Sunday and happy midsummer. We will see you.